was a fearless leader who stood his ground against colonial powers. Marcus Canul, the legendary chief of the Icaiche Maya. In the mid-1800s, when land disputes sparked conflict between Mayan communities and British Honduras, Canul rose to power and led his people to victory time and time again. So who was this remarkable figure, and why does his story still matter today? Hugo Carrillo, curator of the first Maya Museum in the North, gives us the inside story.
He was diplomatic. He negotiated. He asked respect. Respect in every agreement that he made, because the Mayas had allowed also the British. That is one. He was a good diplomat, per se, because Marcus Canul believed that he had to unite the other Mayan communities like San Pedro Cities and Yalbak. Because if we go back to history, a lot of these small villages, they were burnt down by the British.
Canul was a fierce warrior, but he also played a key role in procuring treaties with the British and their Mexican neighbors, the mission to recognize the sovereignty of their land.
He was a Maya leader who organized and led uprisings in northern Belize against the British colonial authorities. And if we know British, they had weapons far advanced than what our Maya leaders had. However, he stood up for the Maya autonomy at a time when their lands, their resources, and their way of life was being threatened by the logging interests.
Here's the thing. So much about Marcus Canul is still a mystery. We don't know when he was born, and we don't even have an accurate image of what he looked like. No paintings, no photos. But that hasn't stopped historians from piecing together the story of this legendary Maya leader. Carrillo shares that a lot of misconceptions regarding his legacy stems from his story being passed down by British colonials. One widely debated topic is Canul's death. Some say he died during a battle in Orange Walk, while others argue that he crossed the border and died following the war.
Many of the history that has been written about Marcus Canul is that they're from the people, foreign writers, the colonialists, and they had wounded Marcus Canul. And he never died on the spot. No, there are a lot of theories. There are a lot of theories that Marcus Canul died on his way back to Icaiche. Some people are claiming that Marcus Canul died on the Belizean side of the border. Some of them say that it's a cross. And some of them say that after 3 days or 5 days. What I can tell you is that for us, his legacy lives.
Canul's contributions goes beyond the fight for land. He's an inspiration to keep the resistance alive today and continue to advocate for the respect of the Mayan people.
His contribution with his leadership in defending the Maya against colonial expressions, he inspired the future generation with his courage, because most of us do not feel that courage that he had, even though he knew his opponents were maybe were more equipped than himself and his followers, but his courage. So that is inspiring for the future generations, and leaving a legacy of indigenous resistance that still strengthens the Maya identity in Belize today.
Today, the Mayan community continues to fight. They're still fighting for their rights, but they're also growing stronger, sharing their history, language, and spirituality, and reminding us all while preserving Maya culture still matters now more than ever. Britney Gordon for News 5.